When it comes to gaming, the term Metroidvania gets thrown around a lot, but what is a Metroidvania? Typically, it's a 2D action platforming game. It includes the exploration from a Metroid game, as well as the RPG elements and upgrading system from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And these games usually have a non-linear map that involves a lot of backtracking and unlocking new abilities to reach new points. We're talking about 20 Co-op Metroidvania games. Not all of these games are necessarily strictly Metroidvanias, but they do all include elements from the genre. So before you tell me one of these games isn't a Metroidvania, just understand I'm kind of using the term loosely. But if you like Metroidvania games, you will most likely enjoy all of these games. Curse of the Sea Rats, developed by P-Toon Studio, is a family-friendly Metroidvania game with nostalgic animation, simple progression, and accessible combat. It offers co-op gameplay for up to 4 players, each with unique skills and abilities. While the hand-drawn characters and interconnected levels provide a sense of whimsy and discovery, the game suffers from bugs and lackluster storytelling. Despite these issues, it has the potential to be a gem if the rough edges are smoothed out. Tristoy is a short platform adventure game that offers engaging storytelling and artwork. It breaks the norm of solo action adventures by requiring cooperative play. Players control 2 characters, Frieden and Stain, who have different abilities and goals, but must work together to escape a towering dungeon. The game features multi-choice dialogue that affect character relationships and offer multiple endings, which adds replay value. The unique dynamic split screen facilitates cooperation in co-op mode. However, the game suffers from bugs, cheap deaths, and spotty online co-op, which can lead to frustrating gameplay experiences. But it's still worth a play. A Robot Named Fight is a Metroidvania that is much more on the Metroid side of things. It stays true to the source material while adding its own unique elements. The game lacks a deep story or character development, but offers endless replay value. With procedurally generated levels, a variety of enemies, and a large selection of items, the graphics and sound capture the nostalgic feel of 16-bit games. Despite its similarities to Metroid, A Robot Named Fight provides a satisfying alternative with its challenging gameplay and co-op mode. The co-op gameplay is limited to an assist mode though, where the second player just controls the robot that can help with combat. Timespinner is a retro-styled Metroidvania platformer that offers lush pixel art graphics and a nostalgic 90s aesthetic. The protagonist, Lunes, is a time messenger who must travel back into time to prevent the rise of the Lechium Empire. The game features a unique time-pausing ability, allowing for strategic combat and exploration. It incorporates light RPG elements such as leveling up and customizable orbs for different attacks. While Timespinner is well crafted and visually appealing, it doesn't bring much innovation to the genre and may not appeal to those without a connection to the era it emulates. The co-op is also somewhat limited, as the second player only takes control of the familiar, which is more of an assist mode, but it's still completely worth playing. Abyss Odyssey, developed by Ace Team, is a unique and visually stunning game that combines various genres into a single experience. It incorporates elements from platformers, fighting games, roguelites, and of course Metroidvanias, creating a distinctive and eclectic gameplay style. Players explore intricately designed caverns, engaging in one-on-one battles with enemies using a simplified yet effective combat system, somewhat similar to Smash Bros. The game offers replayability with shuffled levels and asynchronous multiplayer features. While Abyss Odyssey's ambition is commendable, it suffers from occasional glitches and a steep learning curve due to its complex mechanics. Nonetheless, for those willing to invest time and patience, it offers a rewarding and captivating gaming experience. Hive Jump is an engaging roguelite adventure with exhilarating run-and-gun gameplay that keeps you hooked. The tight platforming and satisfying shooting mechanics make every encounter a thrilling experience. While the game may encounter some repetitive elements, it captures the essence of exploration found in Metroidvania games, encouraging you to delve deeper into alien hives and discover new challenges. The addition of base building adds a strategic layer to the gameplay, allowing you to fortify your defenses and plan your missions, with modes like arcade mode and challenge mode offering varied experiences. Hive Jump provides ample opportunities for fun and replayability. The visuals pop with vibrant colors, and the chiptune soundtrack enhances the overall atmosphere. While there may be room for improvement, Hive Jump remains an enjoyable roguelite adventure that will keep you engaged and entertained. Dragon Quest and Wizardry had a significant impact on the Japanese video game industry, inspiring the integration of RPG elements into various genres. Taito's arcade game, Cadash, is a notable example of this fusion, combining RPG elements with arcade action gameplay and allowing up to 4 players to participate simultaneously. Players choose from 4 character classes and embark on a quest to rescue Princess Salasa from the underground kingdom of Cadash. Each character class has unique abilities and spells, and players can level up their characters by gaining experience points and acquiring better equipment. The game features non-linear levels and includes minimal but charming storytelling elements. However, Cadash's RPG elements can lead to unbalanced gameplay, requiring players to grind for experience. The game was later ported to the PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16 and Genesis platforms, with some compromises and improvements made in the ports. Despite its flaws, Cadash remains an intriguing and worthwhile experiment in merging RPG mechanics with arcade gameplay, and this could be considered one of the earliest examples of a Metroidvania game. Outbuddies DX is a Metroidvania-style game developed by Julian Laufer. The player takes on the role of Nikolai Bernstein, an archaeologist who becomes trapped in an underwater fortress called Balum. The fortress, once home to the old gods, is now overrun by hostile creatures who have enslaved a friendly tribe called the Wozen. The goal is to explore the fortress, rescue the Wozen, and escape. The game features a combination of platforming and shooting, with the addition of a buddy unit that provides helpful abilities. And a second player is able to control the buddy, and it plays kind of like an assist mode. However, the game suffers from slow progress, unclear navigation, and fiddly controls. Despite its flaws, Outbuddies DX impresses with its scale and ambition, offering a varied mix of gameplay mechanics and enjoyable exploration for fans of the genre. Blaster Master Zero is an 8-bit style action-adventure game that pays homage to the NES era. It can be played with 2 Joy-Cons, allowing one player to control the main character and the other to provide support with a cursor and a special sub-weapon. The game features new areas, bosses, and gameplay elements, offering improved mechanics and expanded exploration. The original Master Blaster is another example of a very early Metroidvania-style game. This has the same style of gameplay, but updated and improved. Ribbi is a quirky and surprisingly hardcore platforming and bullet hell game with a strange plot. Playing as ex-rabbit Arena, accompanied by a magical fairy named Ribbon, you embark on a quest to find your master while battling various enemies, including catgirls and rival bunnies. The gameplay is challenging, requiring tactical switching between melee and ranged attacks, and unlocking new abilities to explore the extensive world and discover secrets. The retro graphical style, although basic, blends colorful sprites with anime-style dialogue. The game offers tight controls and additional modes for replayability. Overall, Ribbi is worth a look for those who enjoy unique combat and platforming experiences. The co-op mode, however, is kind of hidden. You have to go to a save point and press F1 on the keyboard. This will add additional players. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror is a Game Boy Advance game that offers a deeper adventure compared to its predecessor. The game takes place in the mirror world, where Kirby must defeat an evil presence that has disrupted the mirrors. The gameplay revolves around navigating through maze-like levels, discovering hidden portals, and utilizing Kirby's ability to copy powers from enemies. The game introduces the concept of multiple Kirbys, which could be controlled by AI or multiple players in multiplayer mode. While the game's visuals and audio are solid, the level structure can feel cluttered and confusing. But overall, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror is a solid addition to the Kirby franchise, offering a unique Metroidvania type of gameplay that has never been seen since or before in this series. Sundered is a Lovecraftian-themed Metroidvania game that incorporates procedural generation and can be played with up to 4 players. Players control Esh, who is tasked with collecting dark crystals while navigating an intricate cavern. The game offers multiple endings and a skill tree for customization. However, the procedural generation can lead to repetitive environments, and the randomized horde encounters may feel unfair. Despite these flaws, Sundered still provides an enjoyable and challenging experience with its creepy atmosphere and captivating visuals. Cave Story is a popular indie game that has made its way to the Nintendo Switch, offering a well-aged port with updated graphics and multiple soundtrack options, as well as the addition of a 2-player co-op mode. The game follows the story of, quote, a robot on a mission to stop an evil doctor from using the native Mamiga for his own plans. The controls are reminiscent of classic 8-bit games with simple button configurations and various control options available. The level design is impeccable, introducing new challenges with finesse. The narrative is delivered in small, digestible tasks, allowing for easy portability. With multiple endings, choices, and a challenge mode, the game offers excellent replayability. Overall, Cave Story Plus is a must-have title for fans of Metroidvania-style games. Super Daryl Deluxe is a humorous side-scrolling brawler set in Waterfalls High School. Daryl gets involved in a textbook profiteering business with his classmates, but soon uncovers a mystery as students and teachers go missing. To become popular and solve the school's problems, Daryl must explore the hallways, engage in combat with various abilities, and complete side quests. The game offers a visually striking art style, witty writing, and skill-based combat that keeps players engaged. Despite some limitations in character customization, Super Daryl Deluxe is an enjoyable and visually appealing experience. It's best played in co-op. Grim Guardians Demon Purge, or I guess it's called Gal Guardians now, for some reason, is a new Metroidvania game developed by Inti Creates. It features a 16-bit graphical style with modern special effects and animations. While the visuals are generally good, they fall short of the gothic beauty found in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The game follows 2 sisters who must battle their way through a demonic netherworld to rescue their friends and return to their own realm. The gameplay allows you to control both sisters, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles, or you could play it in co-op. The combat is satisfying and the bosses are well designed. The game is relatively short but offers replayability, with a second loop and secret areas. Overall, Grim Guardians Demon Purge is an enjoyable Metroidvania that may not reach the heights of its predecessor, but still offers a solid experience for fans of the genre. Castlevania Harmony of Dispair offers an exciting and innovative multiplayer experience for fans of the Castlevania series. Can this be considered a Metroidvania since it's actually a Castlevania game? Well, it's the only one that has co-op, so I'm going to talk about it. This came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. The PS3 version, though, is the only one that had support for local co-op, and you could play it with up to 4 players. It brings a fresh twist to the familiar 2D Castlevania formula. The game allows up to 6 players to play if you're playing it online. The game allows players to join forces and embark on thrilling adventures together, exploring intricate maps and battling powerful bosses within a time limit. While the lack of in-game tutorial may pose a challenge for solo players, the multiplayer aspect provides immense fun and opportunities for strategic cooperation. Additionally, the game's inclusion of recognizable characters and their unique abilities adds depth and excitement to the gameplay. Castlevania enthusiasts will surely appreciate this unique multiplayer experience and the chance to immerse themselves in the beloved world of Castlevania alongside friends. Salt and Sanctuary is a stellar experience that stands out on its own merits, despite comparisons to Dark Souls. The game wastes no time immersing you in its dark and grim world, where survival is key. With a hands-off approach, it allows you to follow your instincts and discover its mechanics organically. The game's Sanctuary system, vendors, and creeds add depth and strategic choices. While the skill tree offers a wide range of character builds, the gameplay is fluid and responsive, with challenging combat and platforming sections. The interconnected world and Metroidvania elements add to the sense of exploration and discovery. The game's visual and audio design are impressive, creating a gritty atmosphere. Salt and Sanctuary is a must-play for fans of challenging and immersive experiences. Rain World, developed by Video Cult, is an exceptional game and offers some unique and challenging survival and platforming elements. Playing as Slugcat, a dynamic and animated creature, players navigate beautifully designed 2.5D environments filled with surprises. The game features an incredibly alive ecosystem, where creatures exhibit unpredictable behavior, creating thrilling encounters. Progression in Rain World is marked by managing hunger and finding safe dens to hibernate, while the looming threat of rain adds urgency and decision-making. Although the game's difficulty and occasional unfairness may deter some players, Rain World's perseverance and exploration are ultimately rewarding. The Downpour expansion introduces new Slugcat characters, biomes, expeditions, and of course co-op gameplay. When this game first came out 6 years ago or so, they promised co-op. They even showed some gameplay that highlighted it. After years, I just gave up on this. I figured it wasn't gonna happen. And finally, Downpour came out, and I could finally play as a Slugcat with my friends. These things are so disgusting and cute. Rain World was meant to be played as a co-op game. It's so punishingly hard, but it becomes so much more interesting when you can explore this beautiful world with a friend. Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition is an amazing game that continues to impress even years after its initial release. With new tweaks, additional content, and bundled-in DLC, it enhances the already fantastic Metroidvania-style platforming adventure. The game introduces new areas, enemies, and even a boss that seamlessly integrates into the narrative. While some changes like the Intenso mode may not appeal to everyone, the overall experience remains highly enjoyable. With its stunning visuals and engaging gameplay, Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition is a must-play, even for those who have already experienced it on previous platforms. Before we get to our number 1 spot, I have one honorable mention. The only reason why this game's not on the list is because it's not out yet, but it looks so promising, felt like I had to include it. Anima Flux is a couch co-op Metroidvania game set in a post-apocalyptic world where players control 2 elite soldiers, a swordsman and an archer, who must fight mutant creatures and save humanity's last stronghold. The game draws inspiration from 80s and 90s sci-fi, with references to movies like Starship Troopers and games like Nier Automata. The gameplay features co-op mechanics and the ability to switch between characters, with puzzles and exploration elements. The game impresses with its design and artistic concept, and the developers are actively working to add more content and polish the game. Infernax Do or Die is a free update that adds couch co-op to the game, and it does an excellent job of incorporating the second player into the experience. The campaign is remixed to accommodate both players, with new cutscenes and dialogue that acknowledge the addition of the new character, Serval. The gameplay is rebalanced with more enemies on screen, requiring cooperation between players to progress effectively. Serval, the new character, brings a fresh dynamic to the game, with unique abilities and skills that complement the existing protagonist, Elsador. The 2 characters work together seamlessly, with Serval's range attacks and Elsador's support spells promoting synergy and strategic gameplay. The update also allows players to hot swap between 2-player mode and single-player controlling both characters. Overall, Do or Die is a transformative update that adds replay value to an already enjoyable game, making it a worthwhile experience for both new and existing players. This game was a complete surprise for me, and it ended up being probably the best co-op Metroidvania I've ever played. What are some other couch co-op Metroidvanias? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to watch our top 10 co-op RPG video, and thank you for watching.